No, he pitched his butt off, and I told him in there. I said, it's tough, man. But I tell you what, when you take the Friday night title, and you're gonna go out and you're gonna get the best shot from another club, that's what comes with the territory. It's going to be a low scoring game. It's going to be back and forth, and that's why you put your best guy and your toughest guy, and Paulie is that for us. So he was really good. Did a great job. They just executed and got it done. So but you're right. You kind of feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's quite the honor to have that title, and he carries it very well.
On the other side, obviously one of the best pitchers in the Big Time. And what made him so tough to hit today?
The truth of it is, and I told our guys this, he's the first true high RPM fastball guy that we've faced all year. And I wasn't upset with the way that we attacked him. We had a great plan going in. We had our work in the cage with the machines, the video work. It was a very well organized plan, and we really did try to attack that plan with a heavily left-handed lineup. And the right-handed guys that we have, their swings are not built for that. You have to really be precise in how you attack that guy and pull him down in the zone, pull him down, and we tried, but the ball just rides up. It looks like it's at your belt, and it rides to your letters. And so I told this, there's not very many guys in the country that have the ability to spin the baseball the way that he does. And for us to go out, and really our effort was right to attack that guy, to go out and to see that guy, and now we have to learn. And so you get one time to where it's like, okay, I mean, we gave a great effort. We had a great plan. We tried to attack the plane. It didn't work tonight. I'm sorry. But now you learn from it, and now you adjust from it, and we have to be better the next time we see a guy like that. He was terrific. And their closer, they brought in after that, elite command with some real sink and a good breaking ball, throwing breaking balls for a strike to both sides of the plate. And we didn't handle him either, but they pitched terrifically well. And I thought I was happy with our intent, our effort, our commitment to try to attack a plan. We just weren't able to execute it as well as we would have liked to.
And you guys have struggled on Friday nights. I mean, you put up about 17, 18 runs, I think, against Friday night pitchers. I mean, what do you think is behind some of the struggles besides, obviously, you're facing the base, but what do you think is behind some of the struggles on the Friday night games?
I think it's just facing the guys, the best arms. And yeah, you look at it early in the season, you're facing somebody's best arms as we're trying to learn the system that we're putting in, and obviously some of the injuries play a part when you're missing different starters throughout the course of the year and some guys. But I would say the last couple of weeks, it's just guys pitched their butt off. I mean, they did a great job, and they're going to be low scoring games, and we weren't able to get it done. But I don't think it was the last two Fridays where we didn't produce offensively. My thing is this. I want guys to be organized and prepared, and I want them to be diligent in their work. I want them to follow a plan, and I want them to do the best that they can to execute a plan. If you do that, I'll be happy. And we tried to do that to the best of our abilities, and we didn't do that. But I can't. Every time we win, I can't say I'm so happy, it was terrific, and every time we lose, it's like daggone, that was terrible. It just doesn't work like that. If we play poorly and win, we played poorly. If we did the best that we could and didn't win, then I got to call a spade. You know, our effort and our intent was not lacking, and we just have to keep going out and getting better and learning and improving. And at a certain point, I do know this: we are talented offensively, we are prepared offensively, we're learning every day, and those things will not continue to happen. We'll find a way to get through. We'll find a way to break through, but we're just at that point where we're not quite there yet. And that's what our job as a coaching staff is, to prepare them and coach them, support them, encourage them, and help them to get where they need to be at. As long as the effort's right, I'll be happy and the effort was right.
In your last two Saturday games, you've turned to double-digit performances after slow starts to the series.
Do you trying to jinx us?
Not really, but do you feel confident in your team's ability to adjust really quickly to turn in a solid Saturday performance?
Yeah, we talk so much and we work so much on being resilient, being tough, being able to bounce back and respond, and I think that's what that is. So, you know, when it's not going well for you, you got to be able to move on. You can't worry about the last pitch or the next pitch or last week. You got to be good right here, and I'm confident that we'll come out and do that tomorrow. Put a good plan together, attack that plan the right way with great effort and intent, and I think our resiliency will shine through. And that's all we can do. We just control what we can control. We do the best that we can do. And if you do that, I think that myself and our staff and the boys will be happy with that effort.
And baseball is a little different sport than, say, basketball, football, where coaches make halftime adjustments, make adjustments on the fly, where you can't do that. You've got a 3-game series, but you're going to have a different pitcher you're facing.
Right.
How do you make the adjustments you need to make for your team to continue to improve?
Well, the way you make adjustments is what we did 6 months ago, 7 months ago. So we put on our three basic approaches and our game plans, and so we work on how to hit high RPM fastballs. We work on sinkers from the right side and left side, each breaking ball, so that when you do have a moment in the game where I have to huddle them up and say, hey, we got to flip to this, we got to do this. So all those processes, I'm sure you're sick and tired of me saying that word, but all those processes are put in months in advance. It's just very difficult when you haven't seen it in person yet, and it's not live yet. And you've got to be able to hopefully learn and adjust and make sure it doesn't happen again. But the big thing is what we've done in the past, make sure we're prepared, make sure we understand what we're trying to do, you communicate effectively, and then we got to put a great game plan in tomorrow. And so our machine work tomorrow, our intent and BP tomorrow, our video work, our scouting reports, all those things have to be excellent, and they will be. And so as long as we can clear our heads and as long as we can come back confident, because we are a great offense, we do have really good offensive players, and as long as we come back and have the confidence to attack that plan, then in my mind, in my estimation, that's how great offenses operate. And if you look at Major League Baseball, it's the same thing. The next game's coming, and you don't have much of a choice. You got to keep going. So, I will say this. I want to make sure I say this one thing before we go here. But you look at Justin Walker, that play he made in the ninth inning, the eighth or ninth, whenever it was, right? The ninth inning. What a tremendous play. And Justin, we've really pushed him hard. He's a talented player, but he's practiced incredibly hard the last couple of weeks, and we've really pushed him. He's very talented. And I walked into him after he made that play, and I said, you know how that play is made in the game? He said, by the way I prepared. And he's prepared himself beautifully. And he walks in and he makes a big-time play. And if we didn't making a comeback there and tying or winning the ball game, it's because Justin worked his butt off the last couple of weeks in practice and makes it was a huge play, potentially a game-altering defensive play. And that's what we have to do as well. We have to play. We have to get better defensively. We have to work to be elite defensively. But that was an elite big-time play. You look at the catch that Eli Dunham made, that ball's probably out of here. That ball in left field, it's a 2 or 3 run home run. If he doesn't catch that ball, huge play. So you look there in the same inning, you've got 2 elite defensive plays. So as I look at it and I evaluate our performance as a team, and I say, hey, we got to get better defensively. Well, I can right now say, hey, there's 2 crunch time, elite level defensive plays that I was really pleased with. And so I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that as well, because the work that you put in is behind the scenes and nobody sees it, and you're diving in BP and everybody's yelling and it's in practice, and to come out and have it show up in a game is a product of work, and I was really happy and proud of those guys.